Unable to travel in 2020 due to the pandemic, the Eyes of Freedom made a return trip to Chillicothe in Yaktangi Park. We'll have more after this.
When did Bud Light Seltzer start making lemonade?
Probably when 2020 handed us all those lemons.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
The Eyes of Freedom traveling display memorializes Marines from Lima Company lost during Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom. Mike Strahle served with Lima Company and is the organization's executive director.
We've had the tribute traveling to almost 30 events per year since I can remember. Since I've been a part of it back in 2012, and to have such a hard year last year where, the tribute travels and all we do is gather folks, gather communities around service, and to not be able to do that safely last year was really rough. And we're blessed to have survived, and now, the calendar is booking up again, so the tribute lives on, and we're glad to be here in Chillicothe. This is only our second full-size event for this year. The first was a couple weeks on display at the Ohio Capitol Building Rotunda in Columbus. So glad to be here in Chillicothe. We're representing Aaron Reed, definitely honoring him this weekend. One of our losses that really hurt, of course, and we're glad to be honoring Aaron's legacy here in Chillicothe. Anita Miller, the artist that created all of the work that you see, not only the life-size portraits that unveiled back on Memorial Day of '08, but also the sculpture, like we said, Silent Battle, unveiled a full decade later in 2018. And we wanted to add something for the veterans that are struggling, and we've met so many of them over the years. And especially now coming off of last year's difficult year, we are very proud to have such a staple representing the mental health crisis with our veterans today, trying to put some different resources that they may not be aware of in front of them if we do come across those veterans in our travels. So yeah, Anita has taken on sculpting and learned all about it. Of course, she's amazing. And when we unveiled Silent Battle, the sculpture, it wasn't just an addition to, it kind of took over our mission. So, we are going to continue to honor service and sacrifice and travel for veterans' families. But right now, we're doing that in addition to trying to become part of the mental health battle and try to make a dent in any way that we can with that. So it's become a really great centerpiece, and the possibilities are endless, especially now. I do believe it's going to get worse before it gets better, especially coming off of the tales of last year, where veterans, there was just reasons for people to struggle without mental health issues. So we're glad to be on the road again and have them, again, gain access to this tribute. It's been a huge help to me personally and professionally since I became involved with this team and with this mission. I never really knew how much it was doing for me, again, until last year, where not only my job but my therapy was also sidelined. And I can't say enough about how much this does for me and for tens of thousands of other veterans around the country that see us every year. It's really special. I had the honor of serving with these guys in 2005 when all of this happened, and knew all of them, personally. And when this did get sidelined last year, I didn't know how much it was going to hurt. But again, that's all the more reason why we're so blessed now to have survived 2020, having COVID beginning to move to our rearview mirror, and get this thing back out on the road and reaching veterans and their families again, like we have for so long.
Having known these guys, as you lock the door at the end of the day, is there something special you say to them?
Oh yeah, it's yeah, we have still, it's with me working with this tribute, it's almost like I'm still serving with them. And I've always told people that these men have done a lot more and impacted a lot more with their lives after they passed than they could have ever done as Marines. But that's a very bold statement as well. And now that we've got them back on the road, I'm going to be able to prove it. These guys are very much still active in what they're able to do for veterans and non-veterans, really. But yeah, it's when I'm shutting the lights off, when we're turning the candles off with these guys, it's something that, you know, see you next time, see you later. So, but yeah, that bond is still there, probably stronger now than ever, just because we're still close with all of the family members that are cheering us on for these guys, and they all realize also that the mission has become so much larger than just these men. So we have all of their support, and you know, they haven't been able to see as much of us lately either. So that's another thing that we are benefiting from by getting out and being on display. Right now, you know, we have only been to 33 of the 50 states. We are actively searching for venues across the country that this can impact communities with. If they're able to go to eyesoffreedom.org, they have a contact. We have a contact sheet right there. Just getting a hold of me and our team to be able to, you know, it really does take a community to put an event on. So starting with the venue after that, I would be very excited to work with them to get sponsors and really pull off, you know, a week-long, really amazing event. We would actively encourage folks to contact us through our website, eyesoffreedom.org, just to start suggesting places, Capitol buildings, colleges, high school gymnasiums, you name it, where we can gather folks amongst this exhibit is what we want to do. And, you know, Lord willing, we'll have, you know, be right back on the pace of 30 events a year, just like we were.